Dear listeners, today in the present presentation, I will try my best to discuss the significance of soliloquies in Hamlet. In this popular tragedy, soliloquies play a very significant role in making this play more effective. Dear listeners, the question is that what is soliloquy? The answer of this question is that soliloquy is a very powerful dramatic device. This device is used to reveal the inner working of character's mind. Through this device, the dramatist communicates to the audience the secret thought of a character. Thus, a soliloquy is a means of character revelation. It contributes to the development of the plot too. There are a number of soliloquies in William Shakespeare's Hamlet. Most of them belong to the hero and a few to the villain of the play. In the course of the play, Hamlet has 7 long soliloquies. The first soliloquy of Hamlet occurs before he has seen the ghost. Here, the young Hamlet reveals the grief that has been crunching his mind. He thinks of his suicide to get rid of his grief. He feels disillusioned with this world. This soliloquy shows the meditative nature of Hamlet. He says, "How weary, still, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the usage of this world." Dear listeners, the second significant soliloquy of Hamlet occurs in Act 1st, Scene 5th. It comes just after the ghost leaves Hamlet. Hamlet, the protagonist of the play, has been stunned by the revelation of the ghost. His speech makes us think that he will soon carry out the command of the ghost. This soliloquy shows Hamlet's resolution to avenge his father's murder. "So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word. It is adieu, adieu. Remember me, I have sworn." The third soliloquy occurs in Act 2nd, Scene 2nd. Here Hamlet abuses himself for his failure to execute his revenge. He expresses his anger against his uncle. It seems that this soliloquy reveals the incapacity of Hamlet for any kind of vigorous action. Here, he is only a philosopher. He is not a man of action. He says, "Must like a whore unpacked my heart with words, and falls a cursing like a very drab, a scullion fie upon foe about my brains." The fourth important soliloquy of Hamlet occurs in Act 3rd, Scene 1st. It is the most famous, celebrated, and philosophical soliloquy. Here we have a mental debate. Here Hamlet finds himself on the horns of dilemma. He again thinks of his suicide. This soliloquy reveals Hamlet's speculative temperament. It shows his generalizing habit of thought. It has a universal appeal. Its purpose is to show Hamlet's delay in carrying out his purpose. Here one can find his dilemma. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. Dear listeners, the fifth soliloquy occurs in Act 3rd, Scene 2nd. It occurs when Hamlet is about to go to his mother's chamber. He is in hot mood. In this mood, he could even kill his mother, but he would not like to follow Nero's example. He therefore decides to speak daggers to his mother, but use none. One can see here the deep resentment against his mother. He thinks, let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers, but use none. Next important soliloquy occurs in Act 3rd, Scene 3rd. Hamlet gets an excellent opportunity to take revenge, but he doesn't kill his uncle. He thinks that his uncle would go to heaven because he is at prayers. He decides to wait for another opportunity. Obviously, Hamlet is delaying. His reasoning is impractical. Here, his tendency to procrastination is again emphasized. It is heaven with him. And am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. And he loses the golden opportunity. Hamlet's last soliloquy occurs in Act 4th, Scene 4th. It is again full of self-reproach. How all occasions do inform against me and spur my dull revenge. Thus the soliloquies of Hamlet bring the idea of delay to our notice. This idea of delay shows Hamlet's preoccupation with his role. These soliloquies throw a flood of light on Hamlet's character and personality. Okay, that's all. Thanks.